We've got some big news today. If you own a Galaxy Z Fold 4 like myself and you are in the United States and presumably some other regions as well, you can now download the One UI 5 beta, which is in fact running Android 13. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to get into that beta, download that update, and then also what are some of the cool new features, not all of them, but just some of the new features available in this version of Android. So let's take a look here at our Z Fold 4, and I'll show you how to get into this first. Go into your little Samsung folder that was probably there by default. We're looking for Samsung members. When you open this up, you're going to see a little bar up at the top. Yes, I'm already in the beta. Great. Go to the members page. Over here at the top, there is a little banner that says One UI Beta Program. Click on that, let it load. Click on the word register that should appear here in a moment, and then follow those steps. I've already done this. I'm not going to do it again. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense. Follow those instructions. You should be good to go. At that point, give it a couple of minutes to do its thing. You should then be able to go into your settings, go to software update, and then download and install this update. And there you go. You're off and running. I'll let it check for updates here, and I think it should tell me what version I am on now. October the 1st is my security patch level. So once you've done that, you're going to have to reboot a bunch of times, but then you should be done. Let's take a look at some of the changes here. So one of my favorite ones involves kind of a tweak to something that was there before. We have stackable widgets now, which I really, really like. Well, now you can take any widget and make it a stackable widget. If you long press on one, create stack will now be an option. How awesome is that? You simply select it, select another widget that will fit in the size of the one that you have there. Of course, it has to be the same size. But once you do that, you can just create stackable widgets right out of the gate. I love it. It's fantastic. If we go and long press in an open area and go into wallpaper and style and look at color palette, you'll see there's been some changes made there. You can actually turn the color palette straight up off and just kind of go back to the old school look if you don't like it. But we have colors based on the wallpaper and then a set of basic colors as well if you want to just sort of pick something like that. If we jump into the camera app, there are a couple of interesting things here. So I am in pro mode already, and you will see up here in the top corner a histogram, which is a very fancy photographer thing, a tool that photographers will use, and that's going to come in handy for some of you proper photographers. If we go into the settings, though, up here in our camera app, you'll see watermark. Maybe you're a crazy person and you want to have a customized watermark on your images. I don't know why you would want to do this, but if you want to, you can put a watermark on your images. Now, deep into our settings here, there is a new page called Connected Devices, and it's going to be something that we see on some of the Pixels as well now, and it basically just shows you all of the possible ways you can output your audio and a way to manage that in a nice, concise menu. If we jump over to the changelog here, there are a few more that are worth looking at, some that we've already talked about. Easily see who's calling, so there's a different call background for each contact. It's almost like everyone having their own ringtone back in the day, if you remember that, but it's a more visual way of doing that. A cool change to notifications: whenever you install an application and launch it for the first time, it's going to ask you, do you want notifications or not? I can't tell you how often I download an app, start getting notifications, and you have to turn them off manually. Now it's going to ask that up front. Fantastic change. You'll notice that some of the things in the changelog you already have, like the ability to switch your view with gestures. That's something that's been in labs before. I can show you very quickly how to access this, though, just in case maybe you didn't know. If you go into your settings once again, and now you go into advanced features and then labs, the feature they're talking about is the ability to swipe for pop-up view. So when that's on, you can go to a corner and go straight up into a pop-up view like that. I actually leave that off because I really often was grabbing my notifications up here and going into pop-up view by mistake, so I turned that off. But that is now being added to other devices besides the Z Fold, but of course the Z Fold 4 already did have that. And some of those are going to be, they're going to be things that we already had on the Fold 4, because the Fold 4 was kind of weird. It had some newer features from One UI 5, but it was already brought backwards to it, so a little strange. But you can see here what some more of these changes are. At any rate, those are kind of the big ones, my favorites. If there's ones that I missed that you want to hear talked about, drop a comment down below. Let's have a little discussion. What are your favorite things about the One UI 5 beta? Are you going to go ahead and install this on your device? Let me know. One big caveat I want to point out that currently is a thing: GoodLock. The multi-star plugin for GoodLock is currently not functioning. So if you use that, might want to hold off. It's something that's actually going to bother me because I actually fill the under display camera with black because I don't like the way it looks. So kind of a little bit of a problem for me right now. So just throwing that out there for you guys to know. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out, guys. And we'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.